Today it's time to talk about a topic, about a game that is very close to many people's hearts. Final Fantasy VII, one of the all-time classics of gaming. And now, in 2020, we're finally getting a remake of a game from 1997. Many of us weren't even born in 1997, so now we get to experience the epicness that was Final Fantasy VII in glorious HD. Or not. Why on earth would I be terrified of a Final Fantasy VII remake? I mean, come on! It's an all-time classic, how could you fuck it up? Like, there is absolutely no way you could fuck it up. So let's just see who is directing Final Fantasy VII Remake. Okay, drumroll. Oh, right, it's Tetsuya Nomura. If you're not familiar with Tetsuya Nomura, he is known for a lot of his producing, his character design particularly, but he is known for some other things that worry me greatly. He was responsible for Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, 1.5, everything in between, all the way up to 3. He was the director of those games. There are many fans of Kingdom Hearts. My hearts go out to you. But I'm sure we can all appreciate that the story is a bit of a clusterfuck. Even after however many games by this point, the story is still incomprehensible, and it just keeps getting worse. It honestly, it makes David Lynch look like a breezy piece of entertainment. It's a game about Disney characters. By the end of the 20th game, it's still confusing. I'm sorry to say, from what I've seen of his work as writer, he cannot create a cohesive, well-paced story if he tried. And it's not just about the cohesion, you know, cohesion's one thing. It's about the writing in general, okay? There can be a really complex story, but if the writing's good enough, it's like, yeah, I'm on board for this. Game of Thrones. Well, not anymore, but you know, back in its prime, when George was kind of in with it, it used to be a very complicated series with all the different characters, but they were intertwined in such a way and was comprehensible and understandable, and it had good writing. Kingdom Hearts is a series with lines like, darkness within darkness. I mean, for fuck's sake. Darkness within darkness. Darkness within darkness. Just let that sink in. How can my heart live inside data? Yeah, these are some of the lines that have come out of the Kingdom Hearts series. The writing is not good. And now they have handed the reins of this all-time classic to this madman. This man whose storylines are like someone took a load of ketamine and then sat down at a typewriter, not just one typewriter, 2 typewriters, and tried to transpose what was coming out of their brain backwards. And then he mushed the 2 typewriters together and created Kingdom Hearts. This guy is responsible for Final Fantasy VII. That should be a little bit worrying, you know? That is like having your child being babysat by a convicted felon. Now, don't put that lightly. We will have to see when the game comes out whether it is good or not. But I would say to temper expectations because of the history of Nomura. And okay, you know, some people still like the story of Kingdom Hearts. I can understand that, okay? It's hard for me to understand it, but I can understand liking the story. But does anyone remember Winnie the Pooh? That world in Kingdom Hearts? Does anyone remember the torture of playing through the mini-games in Kingdom Hearts 2 to get that Orichalcum Plus, to finish the Ultimate Keyblade? Winnie the Pooh is a childhood classic. Now I'm going to tell you a little story, okay? When I was a baby, I didn't have a very high probability of living. I needed some surgery that gave me maybe a 1 in 20 chance of living. And my parents would put on Winnie the Pooh. And I would giggle and laugh along to Winnie the Pooh before I'd get surgery. Tetsuya Nomura has made me hate Winnie the Pooh. If I have to see Winnie the Pooh one more fucking time in my life, I'm going to take that big bear and I'm going to stuff him in the bin. Seriously. The Winnie the Pooh world scarred me. Or what about The Little Mermaid? The tank controls in The Little Mermaid world, in the first one, that was bad enough. But then the mini games in the second one.
You found your first love and he found you too.
Tetsuya Nomura has a talent to ruin childhood favorites. And it's quite possible that he will ruin your childhood favorite, Final Fantasy VII. Obviously, I don't want that to happen. I want the game to turn out fantastic. But if you get to Final Fantasy VII and there's mini games about getting fucking honey, you know what happened.